So, welcome to this recording. I'm doing some recordings, to use it to present to my students so they can get some ideas about how to work creative.
Okay.
Yes. We talked about what has happened in your life, and a lot of things happened in your life.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, you had some accidents, different kind of accidents. You lost your girlfriend.
Yeah.
How does that feel now?
It feels really pain. I mean,
Yeah.
it's painful. It's
Yeah.
painful.
Of course.
And the worst part of feeling painful is you don't see that wound. It's inside, and I don't know what is the remedy for it.
Okay. And you also lost your job.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. That was because you couldn't write. I mean, you are a writer.
Yeah, I'm a writer. I felt I had steel implanted in my hand. I cannot move one of my hand. I can write it, so.
Difficult to write.
Yeah.
What's your age?
I'm 30. I'm recently 30, yeah.
30, yes,
Yeah.
Yes. Good. And at that age, very often at that age, this is where the spirit very often starts to knock and say, "Hey, come on, wake up. We are going to talk about why you are here." That is what very often happens in our life when we are 28, 29 to 30, around that time.
Yeah.
The spirit knocks the door and says, "Come on, let's talk about why you came here." It's time to start that work.
Yeah.
That's right. So, what is important for you? What is important for you? What's the main value in your life?
For me, it's the people around my surroundings. They should be happy.
Yeah.
And I should be sustainable. Sustainable enough to make myself and my people happy.
Yeah, sure.
And
is it your responsibility to make people happy?
I feel so.
Okay.
I feel so.
Okay. It's a big responsibility.
But I like it. Besides that, my passion is to write. I want to write. I've been writing. I write stories.
Yeah.
I write the incidents that happens in our society.
Yeah.
And I go to different places of world to present it and to give an overview of what feels like to live in our part of world.
Sure.
So writing is that's also among one of the core objective of my existence, I guess.
So writing is actually very attractive for you?
Yeah, it is more like meditation because I find myself in my words. I feel I'm a manifestation of my words, and my world is made up of my words.
Okay. Do you think it is about time to change the topics you write about? Can that be the background for this incident in your life?
Changing the topic that I write could be one option.
It could be one.
Could be one option. Yeah, could be one option. Yeah.
Focus on something else.
Yeah, that could be.
I mean, you are a freelance.
I'm a freelancer. Yeah.
So you are actually free to choose
Any stream that I want to write. Yeah.
Now, if honestly, one practical thing, if you lose the ability to use hands for writing, you can also use the audio way and speak to a record.
Yeah.
That's also possible. You can even have. It's possible today, I think, to speak to a recording audio.
Yeah, recording. Yeah.
And have a machine.
To type it?
Type it, yes.
I don't think that's possible, but we can record it and ask someone to type it.
It's possible to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, everything can be done today.
Could be done today, yeah.
It probably takes a little more, I think.
Yeah.
I had a teacher, spiritual teacher back in time,
Yeah.
and he was blind.
Okay.
So he needed to speak to a recorder,
Okay.
of course. And he did that, and already 30 years ago, technology were that advanced that he spoke to this recorder, and the typewriter wrote it.
Okay.
So technology has existed for 30 years.
Yeah, I think there is something. If I can afford that technology, of course I'll go for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is it temporary with your fingers, or?
Yeah, and they have said like I can use it after 1 month more, and that.
See, it's actually very colored here.
Yeah.
Is it okay to touch it?
Yeah, it's okay.
It will take some time, that's true, but it can be healed, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your vision? Can I ask you for that? I mean, I guess you are a person who also inside your head had a kind of vision. What's your vision?
It's very abstract. My vision is to, make a change by my writing.
Of course. And you have started on that kind of career already.
Yeah, I did.
And then troubles came up.
Yeah.
Now, if we look into the personality, we can have different kind of symptoms.
Yeah.
I mean, if we have a medical problems, we normally have a symptom for that, and the doctor cure the symptom. And we can do the same here. We can look into different kind of things, and it will still be curing the symptoms.
Okay.
In most cases, to my experience, there is one general thing that is behind the symptoms, and that is the real thing.
Yeah.
That's the real thing. So behind those different kind of problems you have experienced recently, there probably exists one major problem. And instead of using your time and my time in curing different kind of symptoms, why don't we identify the major thing?
Oh yeah.
And work on that one.
That's
we need
good.
only one thing.
Yeah.
We need to do it only once.
Yeah.
And if we heal that, it blows everything else.
Yeah. I was thinking about it as I came back from Europe, and what the major thing that I lost in between. And there are actually two things that's giving me a hurdle. One thing is I lost my girlfriend, and I was very close to a girl with whom I have a lot of emotional depths. And we were together this month, and I recently shifted my apartment, and in the new apartment she helped to change, to manage my stuffs, and I see her in every walls, everywhere, the girl. That I was not in relationship with her though. And when I came back from there, I knew that she was going to Australia for her master's, and today at the very moment I'm talking to you, she's flying too. So that's where my confusion, that's where my problem came. It's more like I'm in a hostel. My parents have left me in a hostel when I was very young, and my mom came to leave me, and she's going, and I have to leave her alone. I don't know if that is love. I don't know if my feelings manifests the lovey-dovey attachment with her, but I really feel pain. I really feel not so comfortable. I don't want to eat. Even when I sleep, I could feel my heartbeats racing so fast, Sometimes I think maybe I'll go outside, stay with her, go to Australia, and again my parents and everything, my responsibilities and the background that I have made working so hard all these years, I don't want to lose it. And that's hard. That's hard.
I understand you. But you would like to have her back. Is that the case? You would like to have her back?
I don't know. That's where I'm confused. I talked to her last night also. I was talking. I said maybe I won't be back. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe I'll never call you. Or maybe I will call you very often. Maybe you will see me in your university someday. Maybe you'll never see me in your life. But I think this is love, and I don't know.
What do you get from her? What do you get from her?
I don't know. I love the philosophy of her towards life.
If I should ask you, where do you feel yourself most connected to her? I'm talking about that inside your body somewhere. There might be one physical place.
Yeah, I felt it. I feel her here. Not exactly in heart, but
the heart center.
yeah, here somewhere.
Chakra.
Yeah, this is where it beats like a drum set
Yeah.
when I think about her.
Yeah.
I try to console myself. I wrote down in paper a lot of options. I did a lot of critical thinking. I cried with my friends. Just I wanted to melt my feelings that I had for her, and it worked out, but in installments. And I can't say her not to go. I can follow her, and I don't know.
How long time is it ago that you had this breakup?
My girlfriend. Yeah, in fact, there are two girls. One is my girlfriend whom I broke up last month.
Last month.
So
it's only 4 weeks ago.
Now she's close to me because I thought I need someone to be on my back when there is no one. I don't know if I love the girl that I'm talking about to Australia. I don't know if that's love. I don't know if that's an illusion. I don't know if it fades with time. I don't know even the remedy exists or not. But every street that I walk with her, every places, every conversations that we had, and there are a couple of ventures that we work together, and everything is like sword. It's hurting me.
This problem here with the hands, which is a serious problem for you as a writer, of course.
Indeed.
Yeah. Is that no? You can say yes or no, of course, but I need to check out this. Making sure that you cannot really write the way you want. Is that a kind of punishment for you? Are you punishing yourself?
No. In fact, when I broke this, and I'm a regular writer. I write for a mobile application, and that's they have like 5 million downloads. So every day I had to write, and when I was in hospital for like 15 days, I couldn't write it, so I quit my job because my life is stopped, not the
So my
readers.
question is, this incident, I mean, there has been a history between you and your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I hear you say that you don't really know if you want her back or not.
Yeah.
You have a very emotional feeling right now of a loss
Yeah.
inside you. Now, how is this situation that you lost your girlfriend connected to this accident? That's another way to ask.
Yeah, that's a series of unfortunate one and another, and every incident have their own aftermath, and that makes my life much worse. It's not connected by the virtue of its nature, but it's connected because everything came like a consecutive events, one after another and another, within a very short period of time.
And what is the basic signal behind that? I mean, what is your energy trying to tell you? What is your subconscious mind trying to tell you with this chain of incidents?
My subconscious mind, sometimes it tells that this is normal with life, that's making you more matured, you should cope with. And also shows me other priorities of life. For example, I have to be happy and functional for my family, for my society. And at the same time, there's another segment of energy that comes and says that you're losing a lot of things, and the heart beats faster, and I don't want to eat, and my sleep is very thin.
How about that we put this girlfriend there? So she will be sitting here. We are a group of 3 people. We have her here. What's the name of her? You don't need to give the name. You just put her here so you can see her inside your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do that, please. Take your time. It's okay. I mean, probably if some emotions come up now. It's okay. It's part of it. You can see her inside your mind.
Yeah, right.
That's right. What's the feeling you have for her when you see her?
Golden handshake. She's leaving me. Good luck.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything.
Okay. You have this reaction here in the heart chakra.
Yeah.
This connection that energy connection that you have from the heart center, it probably goes from you to her. So where does this connection go at her body?
Yeah.
Is that the heart center too, or is it somewhere else? Where do we see it? This connection that comes from here.
It goes half into her heart and half into her mind, I guess.
It goes half into her
Heart and half into her
into
mind. Yeah.
You probably mean
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
third eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's correct. Does that mean there also is a connection from her third eye to your third eye? Check it.
Yeah.
So we have 2 connections.
Connections,
actually.
yeah.
We have 2. One from heart to heart,
Yeah.
and one from third eye to third eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Could you say a few words about how you see those connections or feel them or whatever? I mean, have they got any kind of color?
That's colorless, and if it probably had any color, or going to have, or will take shape of any color, it would be black and white.
Black and white?
Yeah.
Okay. In both the connections or?
Yeah.
Okay, black and white. Heart to heart and black and white.
Yeah.
Eye to eye. Okay. Okay. What is the shape? Is it big or small?
It's straight line.
It's a straight line.
Yeah.
It's simply a straight line.
Yeah.
Black and white. Very good. Now, if you check out those 2 connections, have you got more than 2?
No, there's just 2.
Well, simply 2.
Yeah.
Okay. If you check out about those connections, what does she get from you? What does she get from you?
In terms of connection?
Yeah, in terms of the connections, yes. I mean, very often we have made those energy connections with a purpose. So, what has she been getting from you during the time you knew her?
Yeah, she used to work with me. So there was I do consultancies. A lot of organizations wants me to write for them, and she has been helping me to write when I was busy, when I travel outside Nepal, and yeah, those things. And besides that, a good friendship.
Yeah. Yeah.
We talked often in Facebook chat.
So you had a kind of, I mean, the two connections indicate that you have a good mental connection also.
Yeah, very much.
Of course. Yeah. What do you get from her?
The sincerity in work. She compensates me.
Yeah.
I mean, she supplements
Yeah.
to make my life perfect.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
And philosophically too. I've seen her a lot of time compensating my half philosophies to be.
Did you talk about the golden handshake?
What is that?
Did you use that term?
I did.
I think you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
What do you mean with that?
It's like, yeah, you're living.
Yeah.
You're living for a life.
Yeah.
And there's a connection. I often my personalized analogy towards the life situation is I take a river as an example.
Sure.
I feel everyone is a river. For example, every people, I see river in you, I see river in me. That's how I take people.
Yeah, sure. That's a metaphor.
Yeah, that's a metaphor.
Kind of life.
Yeah, and it's more like the river of her. Sea as a river is going to be mixed in an ocean. Ocean is pretty bigger than the river. She will be strong as an ocean.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the river lost its identity in the ocean.
Yeah.
And I'm happy she's being bigger. I'm happy she's being stronger. She's in the pursuit of her studies, future, and everything.
Yeah.
But for me, she will lose her identity. She will lose her presence.
So what will happen if you cut those energy connections in between the two of you? What will happen?
I don't know. I've tried it. I'm trying it.
Right. So this is actually what you would like to do,
Yeah.
to have a kind of cut
Yeah.
of those two energy connections.
Yeah.
I mean, when we are together, two people, man and woman, I mean, we actually create this kind of energy connection in between us.
Yeah.
And it's of course invisible, but it's real. And when we are together, we also get close, and we exchange emotions, we exchange love. So we have a binding to each other.
Indeed.
For sure. So if that is what you want, we can make a kind of process for you to cancel or delete those old connections.
Yeah.
That does not mean that you cannot re-establish it later on. It just means that you are cutting the old versions of them.
Okay.
I mean, you can have a wife and you can love your wife. I have actually had two wives, and sometimes I cut the connection to my second wife because I simply presupposed that it was an old connection I cut, and I could actually make an even better one.
Oh.
Re-establish it as an even better one. So this is just the old energy we are working on. You can, of course, meet that young lady in 2 years and fall in love with her and re-establish. And you, hopefully at that time, of higher quality, if that is what you want. You don't need to. You don't need to look into that now. So we are working on the old energy only.
No, I don't know, but I want to limit my emotional dependency
Of course.
towards her,
Yeah, of course.
and I want to limit her influence, or her. I want to delete all nostalgias that I have with her, and just be a limited friend as a well-wisher for her in her life. In fact, when we start our relationship, it was very casual. She knew that I have a girlfriend, and we came closer for a different purpose, not for love. And sometimes I also feel that it's not just my attachment. It's also because I didn't have that preparation time to wave her goodbye. I couldn't prepare myself. I was at Delhi, India for some time. I came back, broke my hand in hospital. Recently, after I got discharged, I had to fly to Europe and come back. And it's been 4 days. I came back to Nepal, and then I knew that she was leaving. So I didn't have that time to prepare myself, and I was absolutely vulnerable because I broke up with my girlfriend too, and she meant a lot. When I came back from Delhi, I went to her house in a motorbike, 200 kilometers far from here, and I got her back. When she was the back of my bike, I felt I was probably complete. And we spent some days together in my new apartment, and I felt like that was not a love to sustain throughout my life, because but that was something I would admire and rejoice all my life. But that didn't happen the way that I planned. That thing has been haunting me.
But you know, at the level of the soul, we know other souls, we know other people. Sometimes we meet in a lifetime, get together for a while. Sometimes maybe just to say hello, so here you are, I know you. And then we have two paths moving away from each other again. That happens a lot of time. And sometimes we meet a soul that we also know, and we are going to stay together with that soul for years. It's a little unpredictable.
Yeah.
But what I would suggest you to do now would be to break this. But it's not possible to break this because there are some emotions. So we need to do something more than just cut it, because otherwise it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And you will still have the same feeling.
Indeed. Yeah.
So you need to look at her and see, what does she need from me?
From me?
Sit, put yourself aside and look as a neutral observer. What does she, this lady, what does she needs that she used to get from me? What does she actually needs, and so far she has been getting that from me. Because we are going to give it up to her.
She needs love.
Exactly.
She does.
Yeah. Okay. Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. The idea of this process will be to fill her up with love. Fill her up with the emotional kind of love, and for that you need to connect to your spirit and ask the spirit to support you. Ask for the spirit to help you, and kind of flow love from the spirit inside yourself and flow it out of those two connections, so that you fill this lady up with the love she needs at the level of energy. And when you have done that, I would like you to, inside your mind, say the words to her, formulate the words that make it much more easy for you to prepare yourself to this breakup. Breakup at the level of energy. So you can just say it inside your own mind, But the important is that you actually say to her, and she may answer back. So you may have inside the level of energy a kind of dialogue taking place. And the third step will be to forgive whatever needs to be forgiven. That's 3 steps we need to do.
Okay.
Forgive whatever needs to be forgiven. And only you know that, and she knows for her part. Yeah. Now, that is the 3 steps we do. But we need a little more. We also need inside your mind to create an image of a more developed version of her. She's going to Australia. So see her in a year when she has become even more secure of herself, even more beautiful, even more developed. So that when you break the connections, you can take those 2 connections and connect them to the future version of her.
Yeah.
And of course, you will make a more developed version of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So you can take those 2 ends and connect them to this even more developed version of yourself. And if you like, you can make another even more advanced version of yourself, and beyond that, an even more advanced version. So there can be a long row of you in a more and more mature, developed representation. And they are all connected all the way out inside your life. That will leave the space here in the middle empty.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first thing will be that you, inside yourself, make a kind of meditation. And I'm going to guide you now. And you ask your spirit to flow the pure love all the way down inside you and flow it out of those 2 connections and fill her up. Fill her up with love. Give her at the level of energy all the love that you are able to give her. Please do that. And let me know when you have done that.
Okay.
You can simply look at her at the same time.
Yeah.
That was enough. Have you got time enough?
Yeah.
Do the little extra. Yeah. Make sure you do it carefully. Flow the pure love to her. Yeah. Then comes the phase of dialogue. Inside your mind, you exchange whatever kind of words, both of you, that may not have really been spoken out before. So take the time and let me know you have done it. The last phase is forgiveness. Because when the love has been flowing inside you and into her, it paves the way for forgiveness.
Great.
Yeah. So, we are ready.
Yeah.
Then I would like you to take a pair of big scissors or whatever you use and cut them. Inside your mind, simply cut them.
Okay.
Please do that.
I will.
Good. Make a beautiful future version of her.
Make a?
Make a beautiful
Indeed,
future version of her.
Yeah.
A totally grown up and beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And take her ends and connect to the third eye of her and the heart of her.
Yes.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Yes, I know it is. Now, make a row of more developed versions of yourself, maybe to the right. One standing next to the other one, and each of them a little more developed than the previous one. Then you can take your ends of the connections, energy connections, and connect to the first one.
Yeah.
And they can connect to each other all the way out. All the way out.
They do.
Yeah. Time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Now it's time to say goodbye.
Okay. Yeah, then.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you can. And follow that path. For you follow that path out, and she follow this path here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
A different path.
So how do you feel?
I feel my suppressions that I couldn't express or even accept
Yeah.
or even assimilate within myself.
Yeah.
That knot is simplified,
Yeah.
disarmed,
Yeah.
and expressed.
Forgiveness is so important, because when we forgive, we can do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, none of us can be together without some negative stuff come up between a man and a woman from time to time. That happens.
Yeah.
So there may always be something that we need to forgive.
Indeed.
When we have done that, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to move forward with my existing girlfriend with whom I broke up, because I felt very lonely, and that's my fault. In fact, I initiated that because I thought I would. I'm in fact also an entrepreneur, and I started my own venture, a new one in Nepal, and I thought I would earn a lot of money because we have status disparity between she and me, and the good thing about my life is I earn in compared to other of my age, I have good exposure outside internationally,
Sure.
and I earn a lot. I thought I would make an empire of myself to be equivalent to her family in this year, but I couldn't do it. Icing on the cake was I broke my hand and happened to be jobless. So for her comfort, I broke up with her, and to fill that emotional gap, I gave a consent to myself and get closer to somebody else. What is creating a problem for me because she is leaving, and with that girlfriend, we are not being able to be as close as we used to be, and
So how is it now?
it's pretty simplified than what it used to be, but I'm really scared if the same feelings or same untied knot will come back to me and raise my heart a
And
bit.
another lady, or
With the one who is going to Australia.
yes. First of all, it's a very easy process. You can do that yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you have been doing it. You can do it yourself.
indeed.
The society where this process was inspired from was the Polynesians
Okay.
from Hawaii, and they did it on a daily basis.
Oh,
It was a kind of closing down a day,
Oh,
making those, cutting of connections.
oh,
Yeah. It was a kind of mental cleaning up
oh, yeah,
before they went to sleep.
yeah,
That was a tradition. And it's not more complicated than you can do it yourself.
yeah,
Something else. Now, this was how it has been so far.
yeah,
We can make a little more focus on what will be next, to start to pay attention towards that. Next step will be that we have cleaned the history, the past, also at the emotional level and the level of energy. Now we will create focus on something that you would like to happen in your life. How about that we choose a period of around 1 year?
okay,
What could be a really wonderful event for you in your new life in 1 year? That will be July. That will be start of August 2019. So, what is your vision for what to happen start of August 2019?
my vision,
Hmm?
I want to establish my business
Of course.
and focus
Yeah.
a little bit in universities and teach. I recently
Yeah.
finished my master's.
Okay.
So I want to go for university as a professor.
Is that something that can happen around August 2019?
Yeah,
It is actually
it is,
something.
yeah,
Now, let's say that it could happen something in the future over there. Mhm. So I would like you to step into that event where it happens. So physically you are somewhere.
yeah,
So you associate inside yourself into this spatial event that is the illustration or the evidence that you have actually achieved it. So physically, where are you? Just pay attention to where you are physically. And give me a nod when you have done that. Good. Take a very small step to the left and tell me, what are you doing here? You are in the environment, the physical environment, and put attention into what is actually your actions, physical actions. You got it?
yeah,
Fantastic. Take a small step to the left. Now you are in this environment, and you are doing what you are doing, and pay a little attention to how are you doing that? What kind of skills or knowledge or whatever it is are you using while you are doing that? You got that?
yeah,
Very good. Small step. So you are in this physical environment, you're doing what you're doing, and you know how to do it. What does it give you? What is the value of it? So give me a nod again when you have found the value of it.
yeah,
Okay. Also step into what do you believe about yourself in this situation? Let me know when you have found that, what you believe about yourself.
yeah,
Small steps up. So you are in this physical environment, you're doing what you're doing, you know how you're doing that, and you know exactly what you believe about yourself and what it gives you to achieve this. Then who are you? The level of identity. Who are you in this situation? And let me know when you have found that.
yeah,
Very good. Last step to the left brings us into something bigger than yourself. You are in the physical environment, doing what you're doing. You know how you're doing that. You know what you think about yourself, believe about yourself, what it gives you, and you know who you are. And I would like you to connect to something bigger than yourself. What are you part of? Bigger than just your identity. It can be an organization, it can be something spiritual, it can be whatever you are part of.
Yeah.
And probably that gives you a kind of feeling of fulfillment or whatever you call it, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably it does. I'm going to make an anchor here about that.
Okay.
But I would like you to bring this feeling a little step to the right. When you step into who you are.
Yeah.
And then a little more to the right, stepping into what it gives you, what you believe about yourself. A little more to the right, stepping into how you are accomplishing this.
Yeah.
A little more to the right, stepping into what you are actually doing.
Yeah.
And bring everything into the physical environment by stepping one small step to the right. Yeah. Yeah. How does that feel?
That feels great.
Yeah,
It's more like
I know that.
reverse hypothesis because I have seen myself growing older
Exactly.
and came back to the thing. It's getting a reverse.
Yeah. Would you like to finish by going back to the present?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. We go back to the present. It is based on the presupposition that the world is inside us.
Yeah.
The world is not really outside, the world is inside. So what you have just been doing now, during this exercise, you have been adjusting your inner world.
Yeah.
And that will influence the outer world.
Indeed.
Of course, because the outer world is basically a kind of protection.
Yeah. That's why I mean, I read religious scriptures for my research. I expertise in interfaith movement.
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot of Gita, you know, Hindu philosophy. I've read Bhagavad Gita. I've read it several times.
Yeah, sure.
That's and that's pretty a remedy, and I could relate a lot of things that we have exercised here with that also.
I can imagine. It's just a documentation that our mind is a third dimensional hologram. And we can move around inside this hologram, you know, and create numerous perspectives inside. So we have just made a kind of system where we can, you know, play with the hologram.
Yeah.
And if you want to know more about that, actually Mr. Gurung, Indra Gurung and Rajesh Shrestha, they are teaching this kind of thing.
Yeah, I've heard about them.
Yeah. They're pretty good. And of course I'm doing that too. But I'm not teaching it so much in Nepal anymore. My job here was to teach somebody to do it.
Oh yeah.
And to teach others.
That's great.
So basically the whole thing is about playing with the hologram, which is the mind.
Yeah.
And when we are sad, it's only one perspective inside the hologram.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we often have a tendency to lock ourselves into that position.
Yeah.
We can feel how sad we are. Well, are you ready?
Yeah.
So have that come true?
Yeah, my experience?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, yeah, I as a writer, I would go more into abstract thing before.
I mean,
I already said like I I imagine, I give a metaphor to every human being, and that's
You
a
do
river.
that. You do that.
Yeah, a lot of river I see. And I always thought myself I was very overconfident about my emotional strength. I thought that was what I always inherit and I always have it. But unfortunately this month, I fell down. I was drowned, and now when I came here, it was like my all feelings were horizontal, and it was a vertical expression of my horizontal feelings.
Yeah.
I could give them a new shape.
Yeah.
I could give them a new direction,
Yeah.
and it was helpful. And I practice it even when I go back to my house, and I think it works. It's great.
It actually
Thank you.
works.
It
Yeah.
did.
It does.
Yeah.
So, good luck to you, my friend.
Thank you very much. It was nice. Nice seeing you.
Really, really
Yeah.
nice to be your guide for
Yeah.
this short while.
Yeah. Same. Take care.